Well, hello, hello, hello. It's
Hi,
me, the N to the J to the B, and I'm here with my lovely sister, Melanie Peacock.
Melanie. Hi there.
What are we talking about today, Mel?
We are talking about mental health as it relates to African American women in
Yes.
our community. And then we'll go a step further. We're going to talk about the stigma of therapy in African American community.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's a hot topic. Hot topic. Hey there, Gloria.
Hey, Gloria. Good to see you. Yeah, it is a hot topic. What made you pick this? Because you were like, what about mental health? What made you pick it?
I thought about it because I know it's a topic that a lot of people don't like to discuss. A lot of people shy away from talking about mental health, therapy. It's like they brush it under the rug like it doesn't exist. They deal with things in private and, just don't want to discuss it. But it's very important, for everybody to recognize you need to think about your mental health and what kind of care you're going to get. How do you deal with your mental health?
I completely agree.
Hmm.
So you suggested this topic, and you suggested our last topic too. And the last topic was self care. If you haven't, if you didn't get a chance to participate in the live stream or watch it after the fact, please go and watch that episode 5. And I feel like both of these are hitting me where I live. Self care. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm always telling you and everybody else, well, breathe. And I know it's
Right.
annoying. It's like, take a minute, back away, you breathe.
Right.
It's also kind of me talking to myself. And then mental health, I'm crazy. Like certifiable. I don't mean just like
Yeah.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So thank you for choosing these topics, and
Yes.
let's have a real conversation about it.
Yes. Yes. Hi
Oh,
there, Auntie Kay. Thanks
yes,
for joining us.
right. And
So, I,
Gloria said, "Oh yes, I need this."
oh yeah, we all do. We all do because we all go through something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thinking about mental health, I started doing a little research.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to what I found. African American women are particularly susceptible to the mental health stigma. Many who struggle with their mental health may be misjudged as weak or unable to cope with daily stressors. A lot of people will correlate mental illness with weakness. Now, that's something else because looking at, things that we get stressed or we might have a breakdown or, it's just things are overwhelming for us. And then we
Mm-hmm.
just keep going because we're like, okay, I don't want to be weak. I don't want to be looked at as being weak. I just got to keep going and I got to finish whatever this is and I got to put on that face, that strong face for the world. When I'm, dying on the inside and crying somewhere in a corner, when the door's shut and it's just me, later on. So that's something that the African American woman, so that's the only thing we can relate to is being African American women. That's something that we deal with. We got to put on that like we got a cape or something.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Um, there's that idea that black women have to be strong. I
Yeah.
hate the term strong black woman. I can't stand it.
Right.
We people, like
Yeah.
if you put somebody in a terrible situation and they don't die, oh, you're strong. No,
Right.
I survived, but not unscathed. So if you're
Right.
chronically stressed, you're mistreated by society, don't have enough money, just a lot of common issues that we have as black women. And I'm not saying
Right.
all black women got the exact same issues, but if you look at us as a group, we
Mm-hmm.
tend to have similar issues.
Right.
And if just because we survive and even thrive despite
Hmm.
these things, it doesn't mean that we're unscathed. We get
That's true.
it affects our mental health, it affects our bodies, it affects our
Yes,
emotional health. So
it
I can't
does.
I can't stand that strong black women stuff. Like I'm
And,
just a person.
and we hear it all the time. And once you're labeled as a strong black woman, people will continue to just pile more on you, and then they feel like almost like you don't have feelings, like nothing bothers you because you've been able to be resilient. That's what I call it. I've
Yes.
been I've been very resilient throughout the years. So
Yeah.
people don't even think of the fact that, oh, maybe she needs a break. Or maybe this might be too much on her because I flow through whatever I have to go through, get through it, and go on to the next thing,
Hmm.
almost without missing a beat. So I've had that, strong black woman. I have friends. Oh, girl, you so strong. I don't know how you get through that. Like the grace of God, okay? Because I could have been in a straitjacket somewhere a few times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a few times, maybe about 5 times.
Probably more than that, to be quite honest.
Right, right.
um, I heard Ayanla Van Zant say something one time, and it just stuck with me. She was, and I don't even remember who she was talking to, but the woman that she was talking to was a black woman, and she
Hmm.
was like, "I'm strong, I can take it." And she said, "No, don't say that, because if you set out to prove how strong you are, pretty soon you find yourself taking punches just to prove you can." I was like, "Oh my goodness, ain't
That's
that the truth?"
good.
And people will
That's
punch you
good.
and be like, "Oh, she'll be all right. She's strong."
Right, right. It's like they dismiss that you have feelings at all.
Yep.
Oh, let's read some of the comments.
Oh, it's a lot going on over here. Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Can you see it, Mel?
Okay. Thank Gloria says, thank goodness I live alone now because I have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy.
Oops. Sorry. Oh, it does that when we're on StreamYard, and when StreamYard can't doesn't have the emoji, it'll just write it out.
Oh, I was wondering. I'm like, wait, like, what are we talking about here?
Hey, Peggy. We know you're
Okay.
not being
Hello,
weird.
hello, Peggy. Gloria says, I find myself crying sometimes, and that's you know what that's a normal part of life. We have to cry and get it out.
Hmm.
You
And
know,
it's,
because
hmm go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's healing.
It is.
There's no shame in crying about things. Um, I mean, when you're hurt to the point of crying, or you're frustrated, stressed, overwhelmed, happy, even, go ahead
Hmm.
and cry. Go ahead and cry. It's a release. And if you don't have a release, then you just carry that stuff around with you.
Right, because something that I think about, like when we finally, I could be just sitting somewhere and not knowing that something is really bothering me, and I just might cry. It's
Hmm.
just like having a flowing a cup of water, a stream of water flowing into a cup. Eventually, it's going to overflow.
Yep.
It's going to overflow. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know it was something wrong with me, but this needed to come out. It had to come out some kind of way.
Yeah.
So if you got to sit and cry and get it out, then I mean, it's cleansing and it's healing, and
Hmm.
it's good to get a good crowd every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. Um, I know we're talking about Black women and mental health right now, but
Hmm.
something you said made me think of men and
Okay.
how we don't, uh, as society, men aren't supposed to cry. And
Huh.
what happens is they get full too. Their cup
Mhm.
gets full and overflowing too. And if they're not allowed to cry, then where does that go? Because that has to go somewhere.
You know what? And that it shows up in their everyday life and what they're trying to accomplish in their life. And I just had this conversation with one of my sons who didn't tell anybody when I was going through my cancer and the treatment. He didn't tell anybody how it was affecting him. and he's mentioned that men aren't supposed to cry. So I put two and two together, and I realized, I said, okay, he's trying to deal with everything on his own. That's what how he's trying to handle everything. And I had to have a whole conversation with him. I like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to talk to people. You know, you're not supposed to deal with all this stuff on your own just because you're a man. Because he really had that programmed in his head, you know.
Where did he get that? Where did he get that?
I don't know, social media or something. I don't know. It's this, you know, strong man image.
Mm-hmm.
And once he told me that, I was like, wait a minute. Like, yeah, it's okay for men to cry. You're supposed to have feelings, and you're supposed to be able to talk to people about your feelings. And I didn't even realize that he wasn't talking about anybody. He was away at school, and he wasn't talking about him finding out I had cancer while he was away, had to go through, you know, surgery and radiation. He didn't talk to anybody about it. You know, some of the other kids talked amongst themselves, but he was off by himself, and the only person he really, you know, talked to was me. So,
okay.
So that it showed up in what was going on with his grades that last semester. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all had that conversation.
Yes.
It seems like the idea of men, you know, men, they're not supposed to cry. I don't want to see no man crying. That's not sexy, whatever. You know, I've heard that. It seems like it's an old-fashioned notion, but I've heard women my age and younger say that too.
Wow.
And it's like, y'all still saying that? And then you wonder why, you know, not excusing bad behavior, but you wonder why he, you know, knock you upside the head, or he cussing folks out. He always fighting, you know, because that emotion has to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Not robots.
Mm-hmm. When you get full, something gonna come out, you know?
Yep.
I'd rather it be tears than to get knocked upside my head.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes they don't even understand why they're acting out. And again, I'm not excusing bad behavior, because I really believe that you're not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for how you deal with it. Okay.
That's true.
I'm not saying, oh, he had a bad childhood, that's why he hit me in my eye. No, we're not
doing
that. Right. We're not doing that around here.
Yeah, we're not dismissing that.
No. But a lot of times people don't know, men or women, you know, just, we don't know why we're behaving in certain ways.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of comments over here. Let's see. I heard that too. I mean, we go through so much, then trying to see about kids, family, work, etc. It's a lot.
It is
a lot.
We wear a lot of hats.
Yeah. Gloria said she was crying yesterday and found herself talking herself out of it. Go ahead and cry. Go ahead and cry. And I know you mentioned that you live alone. If you need to cry by yourself, go ahead and cry. Or call a friend. I feel like everybody should have at least one person, a good friend, preferably two. You know, you don't want to call one friend crying all the time, but preferably two. You know, or if you don't have friends that you can trust, that it's good now that we can reach out to people. We don't have to be in the same place. We can video chat, things like that. But get a therapist. I'm always telling people go to therapy. Always, Mel. You sick of me, ain't you? I'm always like,
not really.
Not just you, but you too. But not just everybody. At some point in life, you need therapy.
Yeah, that's true. Need a different set of eyes looking at your situation.
Yeah. My downfall is I am sensitive. Melanie, do you consider yourself sensitive?
Not really. No, not really. I think no. Oh, you must, because you asked me that. You think I'm sensitive?
I was just curious. Not really. Excuse me. I think you're very perceptive. I think, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but there have been a few times when you called me crying, and I know if you are to the point of crying, something happened. It ain't just
right.
Oh, I didn't like the way so and so looked at me. Like which is valid for some people.
Right.
You're not like that. No.
When I get to that point, it's been months and months or years and years of me dealing with something.
Yeah.
And that's how it's coming out. Like, oh my gosh, me not dealing with something, just pushing it down, and then it just blows up.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. That's how my friends are too. They're like, oh, if you're calling me and you're upset or you're crying, something ain't right.
Then we need to pull up on somebody.
Wait a minute.
To you?
No, she don't be doing this. Like, okay, something really wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you consider me sensitive?
No, I don't think you're sensitive. No. I think you deal with things pretty well. I think you have thick skin to a certain extent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually, I figured I would get that answer, but I actually feel like I am very sensitive.
Oh.
I feel what other people feel.
Okay.
It's either being an empath or it's the fact that I am the eldest daughter, and I just have to make sure, nobody, when the parents ain't around, make sure ain't nobody, crying, jumping off the roof. The kids ain't trying to kill each other. So it's either an empath or the fact that I had to be hyper vigilant at a young age. If I get in trouble, if y'all kill each other while mom and dad are gone, So
what if you was the one trying to kill us? No, I'm just playing.
Well, sometimes that was the case. I was mostly trying to kill you. I've apologized for it. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. But I had to learn, as the eldest daughter, I think birth order matters.
Yeah.
To put my own needs aside and deal with them on my own, away from everybody else, because everybody else, the younger ones, your stuff was more pressing. So I know folks don't see me as sensitive, but it's because I lick my wounds in private. It's like, well, what you gonna do? But what are you gonna do?
Right.
I go to therapy. That's why I started going to therapy when I went to college. I was like, look, I need some help. This life thing is hard and I need some help.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's not a downfall, Gloria.
It's not. It's not.
The world can be a harsh place for sensitive people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So environment plays a big role. And I really believe that we have serious mental health and mental, emotional, even physical health issues when we are operating in a way that's different from how we were designed to operate.
Right.
Yeah. And we're forced to do that every day, from jobs to just, mean people, folks honking at you while you drive, just like people.
Yeah. Road rage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We got some more comments. Got to catch up. Okay. Yvette. Greetings. Hey there, Yvette.
Oh,
Peggy,
sorry for that weird emoji that didn't show up.
Oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay.
It's okay.
Auntie Kay, I learned to enjoy time by myself. My hubby knows when I need a break, and he supports me getting away for some alone time because he knows things can get rough around the house. LOL. Okay, that's a blessing. You have an understanding husband. Okay, he know what time it is.
Oh, because last week you said that when you don't talk to anybody, like if you just need some time to yourself and you're not talking to anybody, Kevin,
take it personal.
Like, he thinks
and he's gonna make me talk. Hey, what's going on with you? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, look, man, it's not you. Just give me this time, please. I'll be okay in a couple of hours or tomorrow. Just Give me this time, okay? I'm gonna work it out in my head. Just give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Gloria says she feels better afterwards. Good.
That's
Good.
good.
That's what tears are for.
Right. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Auntie K, if you need to cry, Gloria, sis, let it out. It's cleansing sometimes. That's the
It
truth.
is.
Mhm. Oh, Mama's here. Hey, Mama.
Hey, hey.
That's our Mama. uh, if you don't already subscribe to her channel, go check her out. But before, don't check her out right now. Stay here right now. But
Check
check
out later.
her out. But while you're watching us, like and subscribe.
So with mental health, I feel so bad because I didn't realize how important mental health was at a certain point. With the kids, I have one of my daughters. She was the toughest of them all. And she would tell me, like, hey, I see things or this is happening. I'm like, girl, you just need Jesus. Okay. And, that was my answer. And then a few times, she was dealing with some stuff like, girl, you better grow some balls, you know. And, that's why I told her, because I expected her to be like me. Like, girl, you better grow some balls. You better get over that and let's do this,
You got balls.
Well, I told her to grow some. So yeah, so she so yeah, but I felt bad later on after she had, been in therapy and stuff. I'm like, oh man. And then she's telling me what her and the therapist talked about. And yeah, I told her, you told me to grow some balls. I'm like, oh my God, that just sounds so terrible. But I didn't know, because there has always been a stigma in the Black community that is something wrong with going to therapy. So it's like, when you first started telling me you need to go to therapy, I'm like, I don't need to go to nobody. I ain't need to talk to nobody. And I hear that a lot in our community. I ain't going to talk to nobody, tell nobody my business.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, yeah, it's just really tripped out, because I was totally against therapy and telling my business. And I'm sort of wondering, why is it like that in the Black community so much when it's not in other, amongst other communities? Is it because, I'm going to answer that myself. I think a lot of it has to do with spiritual, reasoning, because a lot of us have been brought up in the church and we've been taught to deal with everything in prayer.
Ooh, you done said a word.
Deal with it in prayer. You better go pray about it. You feeling that type of way. You talking about you gonna jump off a bridge, you want to commit suicide, you better go pray. Let me get the pastor to lay hands on you.
Jesus.
And that's how we have dealt with things for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
true. Pray about it on your way to therapy. How about that? Pray about it. and get some. I know people ain't gonna like this, but whatever. This is how I feel about it.
mm-hmm.
Get you some therapy from a professional, okay?
Yeah.
Because Pastor so and so may know the Bible, but
Right.
Pastor so and so don't necessarily know anything about psychology. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, okay, fine. Talk to your pastor. Go get yourself some help from
Right.
a professional. And if you go to a professional and you think they're whack, which I've run into 2 of them that I was like, oh no, I don't know what this is, but I'm never coming to see you again. Find somebody else. Good therapists.
Right.
But yeah, as in the Black community, you mentioned the people in the Black community don't like therapy, but other communities do. I really think therapy is a white people thing, because I see other non-white people who are like, oh no, we don't go to therapy.
Okay.
I got a feeling we kept things, we talk to friends or family.
Right.
We pray about things, but go in an office and lay on somebody's couch and talk to you about our personal business. No, I don't trust you that much.
Now that you brought that up, I used to work with a lot of Asian women.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they dealt with their issues, it was like a family meeting. That's how they dealt with everything.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, the family had to come together and discuss everything. So yeah, I could see them not going outside of their home, to discuss anything with anybody else.
okay. Okay. If we got any Asian women in the chat, please make yourself known. I would love to hear more about that. I don't know anything
Mhm.
about that. We have a lot of comments. Um,
Okay.
Gloria, oh, she's talking about your son who thought men didn't cry. He
Okay.
was so
Where are we at?
confused. Oh, I'm all the way at 5:41 p.m. So,
Okay. Okay. Scrolling up.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he
He
was
was so
concerned.
confused. Oh, talking
Mhm.
about my
Your
son. Oh,
inheritance.
is he better now? Yes, he's better now because he's been home from college and we've discussed it. And I just realized actually that that's what was wrong with him a few weeks ago. So it's been, I had cancer last October,
My goodness.
and it just came out recently that this is why, he was going through what he's going through. Because just
I'm
the little comments he would make around the house. Oh, men not supposed to cry. And I'm like, what? What you talking about? I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, he's much better now because we've had time to talk.
I'm so glad he shared that with you. So that,
Yes,
yeah, because otherwise he might have just carried that through life.
right. Oh, and then not only that, at the same time that I was diagnosed with cancer, one of his childhood friends committed suicide back home. So he had all of that weighing on him, and he was away, by himself. So
Wow.
yeah, he was dealing with a lot.
I have to ask, did he just not have friends that he felt comfortable sharing that with? Or like he got a gang of siblings? Like,
He's the siblings that reach out to him. He's not very forthcoming, with deep things because he's always felt like he's supposed to deal with them himself. It's like pulling teeth, for me to talk to him, but I know how to get it out of him now. So
okay,
I'm like, Lord have mercy, these Sharons, these Sharons.
girl.
Oh
Gloria
boy.
said she lost her best sister 2 weeks ago and she misses her
Oh,
so much. I'm so sorry.
so sorry. So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry for your
I'll
loss.
be keeping you in prayer and her
Mhm.
family. Uh,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
God will definitely get you through it. Yeah,
hmm, yeah. I mean, is it just mental? It's here. We talk about mental health as if it's like a separate category. I think the insurance companies must have done this because you see how insurance is all broken up. There's
yeah,
physical health, there's dental, then there's
right.
eye insurance, and then there's mental, and like it's the same thing. And if one of those components ain't right, you ain't right. Like it drives me nuts that that's going on. So Gloria, if your mental isn't right, like it affects everything. Um,
Hmm. That's true.
yeah, yeah.
That's true. And it's
Please.
crazy how like you mentioned, how all of that is broken up into groups. And what do they always cut first? When mental health services are
Yeah.
always cut. We don't have enough money in the budget for mental health services, and it's like that's crazy. Why would you cut mental health services?
Now, if I come up in the job acting crazy, then y'all be
Right.
trying to fire me. But I
Yeah,
need it.
that's true.
Or what if you need, like, everybody has done this. Everybody who's ever had a job has done this. I'm not feeling good today. Like, but what if the truth is I need a mental health day? I'm stressed out. I'm sick of all y'all. My eye
Hmm.
is twitching, whatever. All the real talk, like all of this stuff. The answer for the most part is you better, if you like having a job, you better
Yeah,
come in here.
I
But why
think
isn't that
they
valid?
started implementing mental health days just recently. A lot of places are catching on. I know the last year, senior year of high school for my youngest son, they started with the mental health days, and he was having a good time, take, taking his mental health days. I wake him up, he's like, I'm taking a mental health day. So I had
Okay.
to call him. I was like, oh, he said he's taking a mental health day. I was like, oh, okay. I think they have 4 a year.
That's great.
So
That's
they did
great.
they did start doing that. So that's a good thing. They recognize that the kids, get overwhelmed and need mental health days.
That's really progressive. I love it. Do they
Yeah.
do that at people's jobs too? Like
I've
if
heard
Kevin
I've
said,
heard
I'm
I have
stressed,
heard
I
I
ain't
have
coming to
heard
work today.
some jobs do have it. Now I know they were doing it some in Illinois, but I don't know if they're doing it here where I am now.
Hmm.
But yeah, some jobs were catching on and offering mental health days.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
A
it is.
beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Auntie
Oh,
Kay, she's had a loss too. My brother died January 30th this year. I cry all the time, sis. I let it out when I have to.
oh, so sorry for
I'm
your
sorry.
loss too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like I cannot imagine. And I had a good session with my therapist yesterday.
That's
Um,
good.
yeah, really, really, like we talked through some things. I got some work to do. And I said something to the effect of, I have to go before any of my sisters
Oh
because
Lord, don't even
that's
talk like that.
well,
Oh,
I know, but I'm like, that's the natural order of things. And she was like, sometimes it's not, and I'm just like, oh, I can't even think about, like, I'm the oldest. I need to go
yeah,
first because I
yeah,
cannot imagine a world uh, where all my sisters and my brother are just, are not there.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so I got to go first, and if I mean, I got no control over that, but if it happens differently,
mm,
I don't even know. I would have to be in prayer and in therapy, and just do whatever I have to do to get by until I'm okay again. So Gloria and Auntie Kay, my heart
yeah.
goes out to both of you. Um,
Right.
and sending love to you, and we'll both be praying for you.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay.
yeah. That Ms. Brazel said, I'm very sensitive. When I'm overwhelmed, I do a praise break. Um, I was talking to I was texting with one of my nieces yesterday morning, and we were actually talking about Ms. Brazel.
Uh-oh.
Ms. Brazel, I don't know too much about zodiac and horoscopes and stuff like that, but sometimes I see some commonalities between people who are the same sign. And my mother is under the Cancer sign. And I see you shaking your head, Mel. You're like, no, I don't want no part of this. Cancers are very sensitive, and they
Mm,
they expend a lot of energy trying to not let people know how sensitive they are. I'm probably gonna
oh
get a book
wow.
out of that when I see Mama again.
Yeah, get your belt, mama.
I know, I know, I know. Uh, praise
Mm,
breaks do wonders. Yep,
they do. They
yep.
do.
Yeah, they really do. Okay. Oh, here's something interesting. The Lord stores up our tears in vials, and they have their own sweet aroma.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, not trying to preach, but hey, it's in the Bible, right?
It's in the Bible. Is it?
I mean, not
Yeah,
worded
I
that way.
know I've heard it. I know I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he stores up our tears. Yeah.
Okay. If anybody knows, let us know. I think that's in the Bible. Oh Lord, that mean I need to read my Bible more, don't it? I don't know if that's in the
Right.
Bible or not. Gloria, thank you. Thank you. She's glad I arrived home safely. Yes, yes, me too. And it ain't nothing like sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah, I
Nothing.
bet.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed spending time with family. but now I'm enjoying the quiet, except for the birds.
Peace
Loud.
and quiet.
Yeah.
Auntie K, therapy has been a blessing to me and at one time medication. A good therapist can help us grow. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah,
Amen.
therapy and medication.
Amen and amen. I've talked about both on my channel. Really, like just sometimes I'm nuts. I know we're not supposed to you're supposed to use the word nuts, but that's what it is. Sometimes I'm like, look, this is what you're getting
Mhm.
today. I'm off my meds right now,
Right.
and I feel like I'm off my meds.
Oh
And
boy.
I mean, look, it is what life be lifing at the
Yeah,
speed of life,
that's the
and
truth.
I'm going at a different speed sometimes, and it's like, okay, well, how I either need therapy or I need medication or I need both of them together in order to be functional in
Mhm.
society. If I'm just gonna stay
Right.
in my house and not talk to nobody, then I don't need nothing, like. But if I'm gonna interact with people, y'all
Yeah.
want me to have either therapy or medication or both. There's
And
no.
it's just, it's okay to need either of those. Everyone deals with things differently.
Mhm.
Myself, I have a strong belief in God and faith. So myself, I have done therapy before, but I don't feel like I need it. I don't feel like I particularly need it. Don't be looking like that. I pray. I pray. I talk to God. He's my friend. And I mean, that's how I deal with stuff now. And I'm, much better. But everybody is different. You go and get what you need. And
True.
then a few times I've had therapy, I was living in that small town where I was, came from. And yeah, I couldn't keep doing therapy there anyway because the therapist was the mother of one of my son's teammates. And so we wound up discussing the kids and all their business and what was going. I'm like, look, the town is too small. I don't want my business out there, so I won't be coming back.
Yeah.
So the first thing you say to me shouldn't be, "Hey, is your son so and so? He's in a class with with my son, and they're on a team, and this and that." I'm like, nope, I ain't coming back to you, woman, because we shouldn't even be discussing none of this.
I'm glad she told you though. Full disclosure, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then we've actually heard from that small town other people's business coming from the therapist. I'm like, it's stuff that I shouldn't even know right now, but yeah, I know it because the town is so small, and the parents, evidently the therapists go home and tell the kids, what
Yeah.
the therapy sessions were about. I'm like, this is so wrong. So
That's
yeah, but everybody, get what you need and do what you need to do. Everybody can't deal with stuff by prayer.
yeah.
I pray a whole lot. I talk to God a whole lot. Everybody's walk is different. Everybody's path in life is different. So that's how I deal with things. Praise and worship, praying, go to church, stay plugged in with people at church. So I mean, that's working for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do whatever is going to work for you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. That's I'm
But if I
team.
if I
Do
ever
what
feel
works for
like I
you.
need another, ear, then I will have no problem, no hesitation to go to therapy. I have no problem with it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let's
Um.
see.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. We've heard that a lot. Gloria says, "My parents told us what goes on in this house stays in this house."
Ours too. But here we are on the internet telling all our business.
Now,
you know,
nowadays, if you tell a therapist you got a whooping, they call the services to get you out the house.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that happen. Uh, yeah, I was trying to
Who was
stop.
you beating?
No, I was actually trying to stop one of the children from escaping and leaving the house, and she wound up bumping her head on the door. So She told the therapist that's what happened, and it was like 6 months after it happened when she was in therapy, and they called the people on me.
I never heard about this.
Oh yeah, they called the people on me, and the worker comes up to the door, and they had already been to the other children's schools, pulled them out of class to talk to them, and find out how are you disciplined and this. I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? I'm not over here abusing nobody. Like, wait a minute. Yeah. So yeah, nowadays, yeah, you better not pinch a kid. And they go to therapy. Oh, my mom pinched me. Oh, I'm calling the folks on her. That's abuse. Like,
Wow.
so yeah, so yeah.
You know, I didn't realize until pretty recently, within the last few years, that not whooping kids was a viable way to raise them. I thought that was white people stuff. But I have Black friends who did not or don't whip their kids. They talk to them and they don't, even when they feel like it, because you know these kids will take you to the edge. I ain't got no kids, and I know they'll take you to the edge. That's why I ain't got none. But they calm down. They calm themselves down first so that they can remain in control. And it's been eye-opening. Like I really didn't know. I thought you had to whoop kids in order for them to stay in line. So a lot of things that we were taught, you know, growing up, or we saw growing up, or even experienced, or our parents told us what goes on in this house stays in this house, things that we thought were normal. Well, you know, a lot of us watching this live stream were raised a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay for us to come up with our own ideas of what's right and what's wrong. You know, some of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got some more comments.
Yeah.
Auntie K says sometimes that doesn't help some of us, Gloria. We may need outside professional help, sis. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ms. Brazel said her parents told her that too. What goes on in this house stays in this house.
Okay.
Now you ain't got to tell your business, you know, walking up and down the street.
Right, right.
But if you need some help, go get some help and tell whoever you're talking to, your healthcare provider, what they need to know to help you.
Right. Okay.
Where are we now?
Queenie, hello, ladies. Nicole, I've missed seeing you on the tube. Hi, Queenie.
Hey, Queenie. I'm coming back.
Okay. Queenie says, let me put it up there. I get very sad, sick during the holidays. I am somewhat dreading the upcoming holidays. Sorry to hear that. You must have experienced some kind of loss around the holiday season.
Yeah, a loss or hold on, maybe there's a comment. Okay, so Ms. Brazel asked that very question. Hold on, let's see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Jeez. Oh wait, that's not during the holiday season. That's.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's not. It can be hurtful. Well, it is hurtful when people commit suicide, even if we know them in passing, and like if we don't know them very well, they're just suddenly not there anymore. It's like your life is a fabric, and then this person is it's gone.
Yeah.
When it's somebody close to you, it's even harder because you wonder. Well, I wonder if I could have said something, if I could have done something that would have made this person feel loved, valued, seen. All we can do is what we can do. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear that. And then I'll go a step further, Queenie. Now that you recognize, you know, the holidays are coming up and you're already anticipating, you know, feeling like this, are you going to go and get some help? What do you think you need? That's something to think about. Because you don't want to continue to feel the way you feel.
Mm-mm. Right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, there's what are those groups? The grief counseling as well as therapy might be beneficial.
Yeah, right.
So get what you need, and we'll be praying for you as well.
Yeah. There's one wonderful thing about having the internet and social media is that it's easy to create community. It's easy to find your people.
Right.
And I bet you anything, there are a bunch of grief therapy groups on Facebook,
Mhm.
or anywhere you look, you can find your people.
Mhm.
So please reach out if you don't have somebody in your city where you live, or a
Right.
close friend, like a village who can walk you through this time.
Mhm.
Find your people online. We're your people. We're your people too, and we each other's people too. Yeah,
Mhm.
we need our village.
That's right.
Gloria said, Sis Brazil, the reason I subscribe to your channel is because you remind me of a family member. That's beautiful. We're a village. We're a village.
Right.
Some of us, I mean, some of us have never met in person. Most of us have never met in person. Um, but we're here. We're here together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are we at 6:09?
I went back to 605 because Ms. Brazil answered our question. It's in the Bible about the Lord storing our tears.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up too because I've always heard it, but I never looked it up for myself.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, everyone. I didn't mean to be a downer. You're
You're
being
not.
real. It's like
You're
life
not.
be life in, and sometimes life be kicking your butt, like dragging you up and down the street. And you just, all you can do is just kind of lay there till you get up, or
That's
somebody
it.
helps you up. That's it. No,
Okay.
not a downer.
Okay. Gloria says, Melanie, that's what they do now.
I think she's talking about the mental health days in school, I think.
Oh, or the therapist telling everybody business. No.
Right, right.
Okay.
Can I tell you a real quick story?
Go ahead.
So, I went to a gym in LA, and one of the women I would see at the gym all the time was a therapist.
Okay.
And she was cool people, always say hi, would come over and talk to me. We would just chat at the gym. And one day she told me that she was a therapist to a celebrity. Okay.
Oh,
First of all, she had no business telling me that. I did not ask her. She
right.
told me this. Then she told me some of that celebrity's issues.
Oh,
And I was like, I don't like, I don't, now I don't like you as a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust you as a person. I certainly don't trust you as a professional. Not that I was thinking about going to see her anyway.
right.
I just, something wasn't right. And then she was in a band, and I went to support her. I went out with a friend of mine, and we went to support her band
Right.
to perform. And she asked me, "Can I touch your hair?" And I said no.
What?
And she
Oh,
touched
that's a
it
no-no.
anyway. And I said no. She's like, "Oh, I have another friend, and she always says no, don't touch my hair." And I touch it anyway, and she laughs. And like I don't know. It just made me think about that. I'm sorry. I took a detour, and it's just like this therapist. Some of these therapists are
You,
they need to be they
you
need some.
know what? You know what? Because on a flip side of that, okay, so she didn't know you, right? Because y'all at the gym, she didn't know you.
We just saw, not really. We just saw each other at the gym all the time.
She needed to let it out because really, who do therapists talk to? Who do they talk to about the things in their lives and the stuff that they see every day?
Oh,
So
the
I guess,
therapist, I think.
yeah, I guess she felt like I'm just gonna, some kind of juicy stuff. Sometimes you just want to tell people, and she's like, it's so juicy. I'll just tell a stranger. Because this is not gonna get back. She didn't tell you a name.
She did.
Oh
No, she told me the name.
See, I was trying to be nice.
She was
She
like,
told
"Oh
you the
yeah,
name.
so and so got a new show. She's one of my clients, and yeah, we just talked last week about such and such." I was like,
What? Oh yeah.
"Oh no, she was all out of pocket."
Man, you can get paid. Blackmail.
Oh no, right? No.
That's crazy.
It was nuts.
That would have been different had she not disclosed the identity of the person.
Yes.
Oh, she was way out of line for
We
that.
weren't even friends. You know, it's like, I'm not even your friend. So even for her to tell me, I don't know, it was just all out of line. And then she just went from bad to worse.
That's how all this stuff gets on TMZ.
I think so. So, folks. You know, hey, guess what? And getting paid.
And getting paid. Because she's telling it for free. So yeah.
Yeah. And now what if I had gone to TMZ and said, hey, I heard such and such, but I'm not gonna have that on my conscience. You know,
you get paid,
I don't need no bad juju.
Wonder how much you get paid.
Ms. Brazel said, I'm glad all my kids are grown because I'd probably be in jail for whooping butts. I talk as I'm whipping.
Oh my goodness. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Next. We're just gonna keep on going. Yes, sis, I agree. I have a 48-year-old son and a 51-year-old daughter. I can't see myself doing it over. No.
Yes.
You glad to be done, Mel? You just got done, sort of. You got done, but you know.
Well, my youngest is 19.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Did you ever have to whoop him? Because he's a really good kid. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make you.
No, I'm not. I don't recall having.
I can't even imagine what he would do that you had to whoop him about. Because he's just chill, you know.
He was pretty chill. I have a couple that were chill like that, but yeah, one of my daughters, she maybe got a handful of whoopings, but it wasn't much. Mm-hmm. The other one, please.
Where's my stick? That's me talking.
Give me 3 switches and braid them.
Yeah. I tell you.
He's been pretty chill.
Yeah. That's a blessing. You can't have everybody. You cannot have 7 kids and all of them are on 10 all the time. Like, you can't. God got to let me give her a peaceful one, you know, so she ain't got.
At the end, give me a peaceful one at the end to close it all out. Like, thank you.
You had one in the middle too, a peaceful one and near the beginning. Oh, you had some mellow kids.
It was a couple of live wires though.
Yeah. You know, you touch live wires together and they go boom. Right. Yes. I second that, Ms. Brazel. My parents used to tell me that talk to him to stop me. Wait a minute.
Stop. No.
Stop me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. Peggy, if you want to clarify, please. We are all listeners.
Gloria says, we are family here, and I feel so proud to be included. Yes. And we're so happy to have you here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I feel honored that on all of YouTube, you could be watching anything. Mm-hmm. and you're here and you're with us. And I really appreciate it. We are family. Head start going.
Right.
Yeah. Hugs. Okay.
Hugs to Sister Gloria. Hugs.
Mm-hmm. Too much information from her.
She was off the chain.
And then she touched me, and I was like, and then she left me this long. I'm trying to remember was it a email or something? I don't know, something. I feel like she called me and left me. No, I know what it was. She had my email address because I had signed up for her band's email list. And she emailed me after that, apologizing profusely for touching me when I told her not to. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
you a whole therapist out here. You done told me this woman's business, and now
Right.
you touching me. So
That's weird.
I ain't spoke to her since.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know. You can tell us afterwards who that was. Who
Yeah, I'm
was
gonna
it?
tell y'all now. Don't tell nobody. No, I would never. I don't want. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm,
Oh.
nope. Hugs to everyone. Hugs right back to you,
Mhm.
Gloria.
Different personalities are a part of growing up. You're not kidding. Woo, because I had some of everything running through my house with 7 kids, all the different personalities. Oh my goodness. Whew.
One time you told me that you heard from all of your kids
In
every
a
day.
day.
And I don't want to talk to 6 people in a week. You're talking to 6 different people in a day, some of
Yeah.
them who live with you, and you got a husband.
And the ones that weren't living with me, yeah, they would call every day. I would, yeah, one way I would talk to all of them. I would talk to every last one of them. And you know, some is off topic, but something funny.
Uh-huh.
When the kids would get out of bed, that's 7 of them. When they would get out of bed, I would be in my room, and I would always know who was up by how they walked. I would hear. I'm like, oh, that's so and so going to the kitchen. That's so and so going to the bathroom. Yeah, I would always know who it was. That's funny. That's how in tune I was with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I
You
always
know,
knew.
so okay. To me, that says that um I don't even know how to word this. Did you feel like, well, you've said before, you felt like you were living for other people. You were
Yeah,
neglecting yourself because to
yeah,
have that type of attention to, I know how each of these people walk.
yep.
That is like you you can't have any energy for yourself because you're focused,
Oh,
hyper focused on everybody else.
that's true.
Mm.
That's very true. Yep. Hmm.
Yo, Mel, you're gonna have to read this.
Why you put that on me? Auntie Kay says, I saw my mama take my 60-year-old brother hat off his head and beat him with his own hat. LOL. I heard he cried in the car on the way home. My mama just
Oh,
turned 82 July 31st, and she still don't play. Oh wow,
yo,
get it, mama, because yeah,
yo.
they be sometimes they be. I wonder what he did, Auntie
And
K.
that's what I'm sitting here
What he,
wondering.
what
What
he
he
do to
do,
get
Auntie K? What he
and he
do?
cried. Oh, see.
Ooh,
Oh wow,
he must
that's
have been
something else.
wilding.
She ain't playing for real.
Ooh, Lord. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. Don't need spanked all the time, right?
Oh, yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's true.
You can't be beating your kids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you wonder why they don't come. They leave
Right.
home and they never come back to visit. You can't do it. Something Melanie and I were talking about, uh, and it had nothing to. Did it have to do with mental health? I don't want to say too much because it's not my business. Other people are involved, and so I can't tell folks' business. But remember when we were talking about uh, when things happen to children, either from neglect
Mm-hmm.
or from mistreating them, like bad parenting or whatever
Yeah,
it is, you give those kids wounds that they don't have to have. Like it's
that's
like you
true.
create wounds in them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that kids don't come here with rule books, but there's
That's
some
true.
things that we know. We know if you're beating your kids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably not a good thing to do. Yes,
Right,
you stressed, but what's happening is you're taking it out on your kids. Now your kids gonna have a problem, and they need to become adults,
right.
citizens of society, but they've been injured in childhood,
Mm-hmm.
so now they got a problem, right?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. And just to piggyback on that, I did make a video
Mm-hmm.
talking about mental health in children called Protect the Children. That's on my YouTube. So if you all go and check that out, yeah, I did speak about it extensively, protecting the children because some of the stuff that the parents letting happen to children at a young age, at any age, the children are damaged and needing therapy because of it. So, so I did a video. It's called "Protect the Children," and that's on my YouTube.
Okay, I missed that one. That's a new one, huh? A new video.
Oh no, it's about what was it last week? Yeah, I was heated when I made it too. So yeah, you know what it's about, but yeah.
Okay, I was busy eating
Oh yeah, eating the
swine
devil food.
last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Please, I would always forget to say this, but like and subscribe. If you're watching on Melanie's channel, or if you're not watching on Melanie's channel and you're watching on my channel, please go to my sister's channel. She's a newer YouTuber.
Yeah.
Show her some love. Click that thumbs up button, and what else we want them to do? Click that bell and subscribe.
All right, so you get notifications.
Yes. Let's see.
Queenie says, "Don't tell nobody." Sounds like my aunt. She will tell all of your business. Shaking my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody this. But it's like, well, you just told it, and somebody told you not to tell.
Right.
Oh, you in tune to all your babies. What a wonderful mother you are.
I did my best. I did my best.
That's all anybody can do.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know better, you do better.
That's true. You do better.
I heard somebody just in the last couple years, and I wish I could remember who it was, say that we can only operate at our own level of understanding.
That's true.
It changed the way that I looked at people, because I would be like, "That's stupid. Why are you acting like that? Why you do?" It's because we can only operate at our level of understanding.
Right. That's it.
Better. We do better.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Auntie Kay said he was being a little too mouthy. LOL. Oh, okay. Your brother. Okay.
Yeah, be disrespectful to mama.
Okay, she shut him up.
Lord. No, don't broke my shirt. Melanie, have you heard this story?
I don't recall.
Okay. So one of my nephews was he was just excited. He was being a kid. But in being a kid, he kept hitting adults. Like he was just playing, but it was like, "Hey, okay, stop. Don't hit me." And he kept doing it, and he just wouldn't listen. So his mom said, "Come here." And he inched on over there. Kids know when they're in trouble.
Right.
Over there looking down. And she said, "That's how you play with children. That's a grown-up. Don't hit her again. Don't do that." And he was still looking down, and he's trying to inch away. So she grabbed him by the shirt, and gently. She didn't like snatch him up or anything. She grabbed him and pulled him in slowly, and so that she could like talk into his face.
Right.
And she said the same thing to him and said, "Do you understand?" And he just looked back down again. So she let him go. And as he was walking away, he said, "Don't broke my shirt." Because she had grabbed him by the shirt. And so at this point, she's trying not to laugh. Like she's got to be, stern mommy, telling you how to act. And so she's looking away, trying not to laugh.
"Don't broke my shirt."
"Don't broke my shirt." And she said, "Don't broke your shirt?" He said, "Yeah. Be safe. Don't broke my shirt." And then we all just started laughing. Look, kids are a mess, are a complete mess. So that's the story that Miss Brazel was talking about. Don't broke my shirt. He didn't like that at all. Be safe. Don't broke my shirt. Oh, Mel.
Yvette, wow, Mel, you were a great and well-connected mom. My late mom had 7 kids as well. It was very beneficial to her as she aged and at the end of her life, and my dad's as well. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I just try my best. Try my best.
Yeah. Yeah. End of life care too. I have friends who are only children. I mean, they're adults, but they don't have any siblings,
Hmm.
and um, as their parents need care, it's just them,
Okay.
and yeah, and it's a lot,
Yeah.
and that's another reason that I'm grateful to have a bunch of siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, our parents are fine, they're fine, and
Hmm.
hopefully they'll be fine for many more years to come. But I never feel like I have to go through. Uh, none of us have to go through anything alone.
Right. That's true. Yvette says, I no longer believe in spanking. I don't have kids, but I was a teacher for 22 years and I helped raise my niece and nephew, and they were both spanked. I so regret it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Would you feel comfortable elaborating on like what made you have a change of heart? I would love to know. If you don't feel comfortable, then that's okay. But
Yeah.
I'm curious what happened.
But
Um,
yeah, just going back to talking about mental health, another thing that's dismissed is children's needs. And that's why I made, the video about, the children and protecting them.
mm,
Yeah, it's just dismissed. Like, and that was the point I was trying to make to this person. Like, what is going to happen to your child? How is this going to affect your child mentally if you let this happen?
ooh,
And I was just driving a point home. I'm like, man, if I could jump inside this person's body, a lot of stuff would be different. So, like, you just really have to think about the long run. Kids might be young and too young to talk, but they have feelings.
yep,
And things affect them, that they're carry on, later in life. And just because they can't talk now and express their feelings, you know you have to be conscious of what you have going on.
yeah, yeah.
Kids have feelings. Yeah.
All right. I found your video.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm gonna pin it in the chat so that
Oh,
after this is over, don't leave now. After the live stream is over,
right.
people can go and watch it. I'm gonna go and watch it too. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Um, my two kids, Peggy, my two kids are grown. When we go back in time, we laugh about it, but we didn't spank all the time. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Um,
Gloria says, I am a retired preschool teacher, and what a wonderful story.
Tom broke my shirt. We're gonna still be telling that story when he's grown.
I think I know who it was. He reached out to me last week and started texting me
Oh,
randomly.
wait a minute.
I think that's the right one.
Okay. Well, I'm trying not to tell nobody's business on the interwebs who's not present with
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
So
yeah.
my mom spanked. That is putting it lightly, but we worshiped her as she loved us so much.
That's good. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Well, kids don't come with instructions.
Right.
Parents are learning on the fly, and um, we do what we know to do as people. Like,
Yeah.
and maybe now, if she were raising you now, maybe she wouldn't spank now.
Hmm.
So that's what she thought was best at the time, and it didn't mean she didn't love you. Um, it's just that's what folks did. That's what folks did. Yeah.
Gloria says, I learned to use my words with my children.
Hmm.
That's good.
Okay. Okay. And that was at a time when that wasn't commonplace
Right.
amongst Black people.
That's true.
Hmm. I learned new methods. Both my niece and nephew have passed, one by lupus and the other had a stroke, both in their 30s. They were loved, but I think we could have done it differently. Mm, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
I don't know let's see how long ago that was, but I'm sorry you've lost both of them.
Yeah.
But what's the saying? Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different. So if you carry any feelings of regret, I think you did say you regret it.
Yeah.
You did the best you could with the information you had, and
Right. That's true.
that's it. We learn as we go. That's
That's right, Gloria.
truth. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Yes.
Wow. Well,
Exactly.
that's
Sorry for your loss.
yeah.
Wow. Mm.
So, I mean, moving forward, I mean, for all of you, I hope you have some methods of dealing with your own mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just don't feel, any type of way about getting what you need, whatever that looks like. It could be therapy, it could be medication, it could be prayer, it could be all of that, all of that together.
Yeah. Yep. Prayer, meditation.
Hmm.
Uh, get what you need,
Yeah,
and you don't have to justify it to anybody.
that's it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to justify it to anybody, and then don't wait until things are so overwhelming. Thinking that you're Superwoman, you wear a cape, and that was my issue. I got to do it all for everybody. I want to go. I got batteries.
You had the batteries
That's
in your
how I
back.
felt. Yeah, it's like my brain is like a computer. And I realized that was like, it was crazy how I operate. I never kept a calendar. I
Oh,
never kept a calendar. And that's why when you would say, you had to put everything on the calendar to remember, I knew everybody's appointments months in advance. I knew everybody's football game, basketball game, what time practice was. All of this was in my head, but all of the kids, everything. I never wrote anything down. I just knew it.
you a
And
genius. You a genius.
but as I've gotten older,
Uh,
I'm like, I realized that was really overwhelming. Somebody told me before, girl, why you ain't writing none of that stuff down? I was like, because I just remember.
mm,
So yeah, just something to think about. It's all in my head, and I've operated like that for so long. But yeah, I think I needed some mental help with that, because that is insane. Now that you just sit and listen to it like that, I'm talking about, I'm like, that sounds crazy.
it does. This is the
I
first
have
time I've heard it.
everybody's schedules in my head, and that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, all of their schedules in my head, everything that everybody's supposed to do mapped out, waking everybody up on time, and running everybody's lives on top of that. So yeah, and feeling like that's what I'm supposed to do.
Where did you get that idea that was how you were supposed to operate?
I don't know. I just felt like if I didn't have my hand in it, it wouldn't get done right, and they wouldn't function like they're supposed to function. But basically, it was crippling some of them. I see that now. So
Okay.
yeah, because mom's brain has always been a computer. I'm always on. They never had to remember, oh, I got, such and such. I'm supposed to wake up at this time, but yeah, I don't know. It had to be something mental going on with me to function like that for years and years and years.
Oh my goodness. That's that's a superpower. I know we're not supposed to be super women or whatever, but that is like I can't even wrap my head around it, because I'll forget what we're talking about in the middle of in the middle of a sentence. I can't imagine keeping that kind of information for 7 people plus yourself and your husband. Like I don't.
And then when I did work for you, you had me put stuff on a calendar, but I remember your stuff too. I would remember, oh, Nikki's supposed to be doing this today, without the calendar. Like, oh, her stuff, everybody's stuff.
So that's a skill that you still have then, right? Like,
Yeah, I remember everything.
how can you use that for something that benefits you? How can you use that? Well,
Interesting.
yeah,
I don't know.
think
I don't
about
think
it.
about
Think
that.
about
'Cause I remember everything.
it.
I remember everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we got a
few
couple
more
more
comments.
comments. Yvette says, because I was a mellow child, I rarely got spanked unless it was all of us together.
They just threw you in there, huh?
Yeah, all y'all cutting up, all y'all getting it. Mother later said she would do it differently. My niece died this past May from lupus and her brother 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gloria says she's going to subscribe to your channel after she watches your video.
Thanks, Gloria.
So it better be good because she gonna subscribe after.
I was very passionate because it was personal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You gonna have to tell me who did what.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for your loss, Yvette. Thumbs up both channels, y'all. Yes, please. Okay. Well, I think we have come to the end of this live stream.
Yes.
One more comment from Auntie K. As women, I think we set high expectations on ourselves. We try to be super women.
That's true. That's true.
This is true. And I know this is supposed to be signing off, but that made me think about something. I think it may be cultural, and tell me if I'm way off base, but I don't see the same level of high expectations on white women. I know
I don't either.
Asian women have that whole tiger mom thing going on, which I don't use that term because I don't know that it's a term that I'm supposed to be using as a person who is not of that community, but that's what it's called, the tiger mom phenomenon. Black women, we supposed to be strong Black women with our capes on. Mm-hmm. White women get to be damsels in distress, you know, they get to cry, people come to their aid, and they get to be human to the point where some of them will weaponize that.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, look at, you're trying to intimidate me. No, I'm just talking to you and not smiling.
Yeah.
Like I'm just telling you what it is. Now you're crying. And people are looking at me like, what'd you do to her? I just talked to her. That's all I did.
Right.
Yeah. So as Black women, I think everybody except for white women have that, don't they?
That they feel like they got to be strong.
They got to do, maybe not. I don't want to get in trouble, y'all.
Go ahead. We got to sign off.
I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, well, Latin women, I don't think that's the case, but it is with Black women. It is with a lot of Asian women. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to think about that some more.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
We are super women. We have to keep going even while sick.
Yes.
Do you though? Do you? Look, I ain't no wife. I'm not a mom. And these are like all of these that you're talking about right now play into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep going while I'm sick. I want to lay down. That's what I want to do. I want to lay down. I want to take my NyQuil, and I don't want nobody calling my name.
But literally, I couldn't. I had to keep going when I was sick because I just felt like things wouldn't get done. And then I'm the computer, right? So I remember everything for everybody. So if I stopped going, everything, would just go to crap. So I had to keep going. I even outlined everything that needs to be done when I was, going to go for my surgery. Like,
what if you didn't? What if you did? What if you said, what if you just kept a calendar so that okay, you know what's going on just like I know what's going on. And if you don't go to, whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, then so sad, too bad. Like,
Yeah. I
what
don't know. It just bothers me that could have happened if I wasn't involved. So I don't know. It's a personal thing. It's like
is it
I
something
just
you can let go of? Like, if it's not doing you any good. And you too, Ms.
yeah.
Brazell, since you mentioned it, that we're super women, and Gloria, like, what if we just said, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna take care of me. I ain't doing it. What
Shoot,
then what?
I had to deal with the aftermath of not doing it because the person that I'm thinking is gonna do it ain't gonna do it like me.
Do they have to do it like you?
Well, it might not get done like it's supposed to get done, and then I'm gonna have to deal with the aftermath. So I just do it myself. So yeah. Oh,
Just remember, we are God's chosen. That's what keeps me going.
yeah,
Yes, we are, but did God create us to be operating this way? I don't think so. I think it contributes to having mental health and physical health issues and emotional health issues. I don't think I don't think we're supposed to be operating like that. I could be way off base because I structured my life. I saw early that I was not built to do a lot of stuff that wives and moms are called upon or expected to do.
right.
And so I really intentionally shaped my life in a way that I did not have to do those things. I wasn't
Yeah,
built for it.
yeah,
I knew I would be in a mental hospital. This is real talk. I know it sounds funny, but
yeah.
real talk. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Or even as a child, when I would be like, why are you doing that? He got hands, and the answer was, well, this is what you do when you have a husband. I was like, oh no, like,
Right.
I don't think so. Um,
We got a few more comments.
okay, all right. I'm gonna shut up because I got feelings about all this.
Okay. Auntie Kay says, I agree, Nicole. I see this with the sisters in my family. My sister-in-law, who is Caucasian, life seems to be so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. They can admit when they're weak. And that's not everybody, so I don't want to hear see no comments later talking about I'm being racist or whatever.
Right.
But
Oh, Lord. Okay.
because there's always one
Yeah.
person who want to come in and say, guess what? Don't. Um, by and large, though, as a group, they can say, they can cry when they feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
They can say, I need help. I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Whereas as Black women, we've been taught that that's not okay. We're supposed to be
Right.
strong. If we're not strong, then, oh Lord, what's going to happen? What is God going to give me strength? It's God is giving you strength to use wisely, doing what you were put here to do, not waking your 25-year-old child up every morning because they can't be bothered to set an alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh boy, don't be stepping on my
if I'm
toes.
stepping on toes, yell ouch. I don't like none of that. I feel very passionate about some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the next topic. Wait,
What
what
specifically?
As mothers, we can't just let go of things. Everything fall apart. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all's word for it because I don't.
That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
Gloria says I can do that.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
She also left. You gone, Gloria?
Yeah, have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too if you're not gone already.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, everybody stand by. Maybe we done stayed too long at the party. Let's get up out of here.
All right.
God bless.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend and thanks for joining us.
Yes. And we will see you again very soon. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Won't we? All right.
All right. Y'all be blessed.
Okay. Bye-bye.